Hi, my name is Luria Freeman from NowThis News, and today I'm joined by rapper and philanthropist YelloPain. What's up?
Hey, how you doing? What's going on?
I'm good. Glad to be here with you. I'm just gonna jump right in. You make the point in your video, My Vote Don't Count, that really our political pessimism is just us disenfranchising ourselves. When did you come to that realization in your own life?
Yeah, so just with politics, like, my cousin, she taught me everything about voting. And she asked me to make a song. And to be honest, I didn't have any prior knowledge about voting. And she broke it down to me in so many details. And when she broke it down to me, it was a wake up moment. I was like, "Are you serious? Like, do you mean to tell me that like this is like we can change this through voting and we can change this through voting?" And I was upset. Like, why don't I know that? And why don't the people in my community know that? And it just let me know that it's a problem with the education system. It's a problem with it's a big gap between everyday people and politics. And in that moment, that's when I really woke up and I was like, oh yeah, this got to be something we talk about.
Yeah, a lot of people are just like you. Like they vote for the president, but they don't realize that there's all these down ballot races, that these midterms that come every year is what really matter. And that's a point that you touch on really well in your video, I feel.
Yeah, most definitely. I voted for Obama back in 2012. I felt like I was still, I was still broke. Like my community was still messed up. So it was like, all right, I'm cool on politics. And then to know that there were so many other people that I could have voted for that could have actually directly impacted me, like how would I not know that? And why don't I know that as an adult male in America, somebody who's actively, trying to, promote change and promote positivity and, supporting the community. How am I disengaged with my community and that disengaged from one of the key answers to changing it? And it just let me know, like, there's no information. No, well, there's information out there, but there's nobody driving it. Especially to the people who are disconnected from politics as a whole. So I wanted to be that voice.
Yeah. I found that politicians in general tend to struggle with how they connect with the Black community and making it feel genuine.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about how the importance of language played into how you wrote My Vote Don't Count?
Yeah, I think one thing that made me like, um, I guess, the perfect person to write that record is just because shortly before I was enlightened to voting, I was on a complete opposite spectrum. I was one of those people who felt like voting didn't matter. And, when I heard the word vote, it just instantly was like, it just sounded like some political mumbo jumbo, some self empowerment, some, whatever. I was such a hater in the system, like just one of those people that you wouldn't even want to talk to if you actually cared about voting. And I think with me having that mindset and being woken up so strongly and so abruptly, it let me know all of the reasons why I felt the way I did. And one of the reasons is language. You hear judicial, legislative, executive, Congress, senators, judges, those words, sometimes even just the lingo of what they can do. You might say something like gun reform or whatever, what gun laws. And it just sounds like a lot. But sometimes it's as simple as a section of the song where I said, imagine life on the other side. Roads better, schools better, everybody get their license back, grocery store food better, custody of your kids back, homeless people get new shelters. If we gonna fix the US, we gotta start with those two letters. And it's just like sometimes you have to simplify it down to the person that you're referring to, that you're talking to. And like, what do you want to see changed in the world? How can voting affect that? And I think me being able to do that is just, the first step in hopefully a lot of politicians and people advocating for voting to follow suit and understand that some of the language is used in the political world can be simplified down to something as simple as, hey, you can get more money on your check every 2 weeks.
Yeah. To that point, no matter what happens on November 3rd, what do you plan to do moving forward to continue to make this country the place that you want to see?
Yeah, most definitely. So with voting in general, like I was like not too long ago, on the last day to register to vote in Ohio, I went back to Ohio to my community, and I talked to different people in the low income neighborhoods, some of the places I was from, places that I've been, and moved around, and I was giving people registration forms, paper ballots, and just letting them know the importance of it. And I was pushing it, and people a lot of time I was able to wake a lot of people up the same way that I was woke up, just face to face. So in the voting space, I most definitely I'll be back in 2 years. Like even for the congressional, the Congress election in 2 years. For all the presidential elections, rather it's through music or just through just being a real person and going to my community and saying, hey, this is important.
All right, Yellow, thank you so much for your time. This was amazing. And I guess I'll see you November 3rd.
Most definitely. It was a pleasure.
Thanks.